Hello and welcome back. I know it's not been long and I've been doing a lot of Pleasure Beach and Valhalla content lately, but I thought I would come back and just update my review of Valhalla and kind of the experiences we've been having, because we have ridden it one more time as of recording on the Sunday of the first week. We obviously rode it on the Wednesday as well, the very first day. It would be unfair to just leave it at that. Yeah, we have had, well, 1.5 other rides. So basically we got on it, we're only here for the afternoon, we just come on in the afternoon to give it another go and maybe get on a couple of other rides. But yeah, started off and then we got to the bottom of the lift hill. The first lift hill, that is where the fire torches are, that are fake fire now. Forgot to mention on Wednesday, those used to be real fire but they're now fake, but it's fine because they still look quite good. And yeah, we get an announcement, the ride has temporarily stopped. Please keep all arms and legs inside the boat. The ride will begin shortly. But yeah, it does that every 20 seconds over and over and over again, and we're sat in there thinking, I don't want to be bloody evac here. Like, we want to be evac in like an amazing part of the ride, like up top where you'd get behind the scenes to see everything, because Valhalla's notorious for that on evacs. But yeah, it started again after a few minutes. We went up the first lift hill. Nothing much had changed around there. It was pretty similar. The audio was a bit louder, and there was an additional jump scare, which I don't remember from Wednesday, with an air cannon and like skeleton thing. And then we got to the turntable, and the boat failed to get onto it, and suddenly again we get the ride has temporarily stopped, blah blah blah. And we get that over and over again for about 5-10 minutes, and then a staff member appears. It's like, sorry guys, gonna have to evac you. And then yeah, Valhalla's experiencing a technical delay pretty much, so we got evac'd at the first turntable where the turn round is, as I said on Wednesday. We didn't get that sound effect or the audio that comes before it where it tells a bit more of the story. So yeah, we got evac'd at there, and then we went down a load of steps, and it was really cool. Like, they're obviously rushing everyone off because they wanted to get the ride up and running again. They were saying like they were going to get it up and running, thought they could, so they were kind of rushing us. But yeah, it's cool because you got to see like all through the warehouse, some of the other scenes and stuff with the lights on. I mean, they evacuated us onto the bridge and said, yeah, you know, don't worry, we'll get you going soon. You can have another ride. And then about 5-10 minutes later, they got us going again, and we got another ride. So yeah, and we didn't stop at all that time. I noticed the audio was cutting out at certain points, like briefly, so that wasn't good, but that's something I'm sure they'll line out over time. Obviously some of the effects weren't working, as I said on Wednesday. It wasn't as good as what I think other people have said they've experienced, because like that's kind of why we come today, because we've heard other people have experienced more effects and stuff, including Danielle. She wasn't here on Wednesday, but she came on Friday to ride it.
Yeah, we came on Friday, and the water vortex, the hammers were working, and that little hammer thing, whatever you call it.
Yeah. None of that were working today. The water vortex I'm glad about, because that just pours onto the boat. It's meant to come over the boat and then like create like a little water tunnel you go through, but yeah, it always just, no, they've not fixed it, which I thought they were going to.
So like you have 3 or 4 of them going straight into the boat.
In terms of effects, it was quite similar to Wednesday, to be honest, so far. The ice room was pretty dark, I thought, compared to Wednesday. But I'm not sure. Also, I don't think I mentioned, but there's no temperature changes in there anymore. Hopefully that's still in there and they get that sorted out. But yeah, like that really adds to it with the temperature changes. It is very cold in there when it works. Second half of the ride, as Danielle said, there was a lot of stuff not working. The audio was way too quiet as well. Like, as I said, it has been turned up a bit, but it's still way too quiet. And then we got to the final drop, and we did get the fire working that's in there. And unfortunately, the 2 fireballs at the end that used to go boom towards the boat, like it used to make this kind of bum noise, like kind of like a rush kind of like noise, because it used to kind of have like a gas pump that pumped gas out. That's not there anymore. It used to be quite unreliable, but it was really cool when it didn't work. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't quite get as much in terms of the fire, but there is still plenty of fire in there. As you may be able to see, I've got my poncho on a bit better this time. I'm not too wet, because obviously some of those effects are broken, but you never know, they might work next time. So yeah, I think we are going to give it another go, and I'll update you with what's going on. Right guys, we've now had another ride on Valhalla. That's probably, I'm too late getting that in the shot, but yeah, it was pretty similar to the first time we went on it. However, I think the audio was slightly louder, and we got the hammers in the second section of the ride, in the little jungle bit. So yeah, they got us a bit where I went on the front that time with Joshua finally. So yeah, I am a little bit wetter. The weakest part of the ride for me is between the old backwards drop and the ice room. Not that you had much there before. You used to have a fan on the, because there used to be obviously another turntable that's now blocked off, and you used to have a fan there, and that was about it. But yeah, I still prefer Valhalla as it was in 2019, to be honest. I know they needed to do stuff with it, but I think it's still better then than it is now. But hopefully they can iron stuff out and get it back together, because they spent 4 million on this, like, ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully because there's obviously still quite a bit that needs sorting out there, to be honest. Don't know how much longer it's going to be in technical rehearsals, but like, yeah, I think there's still a bit to go yet. Okay guys, so we've attempted to go on Valhalla for a third time, and unfortunately it broke down yet again. It's more unreliable than Alton Towers rides, I swear to God. Not much to report on for that time. We stopped on the lift hill initially for a minute and they got it going again. And then as soon as we reached the top of the lift hill, all the house lights came back on again and it stopped again, but we were past the block section, so we just made it round to the turntable and stopped, and then ended up getting off the ride. So I can't really report on any sort of effect stuff, because like, it just obviously went into like out of show mode each time when the announcement came on and the boat stopped, pretty much. So yeah, and unfortunately that time we got evacuated down the same route as before, and it unfortunately didn't reopen. It's about 10 to 5 now, so we've only really had 2 rides on Valhalla today. But it's been alright to see some of the changes. It's still clearly in not the best of states though, and I think it's going to be a while before it opens properly for good. But yeah, click the video on the right side screen to see my opening day reactions when we first initially rode the rides, because it was really exciting, all the hype and stuff like that. For more things for related in the UK, you can click the icon and set your screen to subscribe. Sorry. I'm Ben, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.